How you doing, people? Robert here. In the last 7-10 days, I've had people contacting me on Messenger, private messages, WhatsApp, TikTok, and private message me on Facebook. The reason for this is there's people been directing other people to myself, my YouTube channel, and everywhere else because of the information I'm putting out there, the truth. It can be verified. So I'm quite happy with that. The biggest question that was asked is that people didn't understand what I was talking about, fictitious offices and how these people escape liability. They heard some information in some videos and they just don't comprehend what I'm saying. So what I'm going to do with this video, people, is I'm going to kind of break it down for these people that's just recently got in contact with me, and I would like to thank them for doing that. And also a refresher for the people out there that watch the channel, watch Facebook, TikTok, to refresh their mind and get this right. In this video, I'm going to explain it, and this time I'm going to try and nail it so everybody comprehends and understands what's happening. As I said, people, previous videos, we have a legal system, a legal society running parallel. Now, the legal system is for the legal person, the incorporated person from the birth certificate, and that can be verified. As I said, Scotland's People website in Scotland, you have an entity ID and it's the all capital name, and the extract of the birth certificate is a different format. That's where the word trickery starts. Now, lawful is for the living man, living woman that's not recognised by this system. They cannot recognise a man or a woman because it lets the cat out of the bag and their system would crumble like a deck of cards, and that's a fact. Now, let me start with fictitious corporate names. Glasgow City Council, Edinburgh Sheriff Court, Glasgow Sheriff Court, Police Scotland, NHS Scotland, Scottish Water Business Stream, Scottish Water, Scottish Gas, British Gas, Eon. Some examples of fictitious names, fictitious corporate names that's used to escape liability. Now, fictitious offices: police officer, police constable, sheriff, procurator fiscal, doctor, nurse, surgeon, parking attendant, social worker, children's reporter, children's panel members, chairperson, spokesperson. Some examples of fictitious offices that's used to escape liability, people. Now, sometimes you'll hear when an individual goes missing, they never mention it's a boy, a girl, a man or a woman. They always say person, the missing person. And that's why I keep trying to reinforce this word person to get out your head, because it's something that's dead. It's a mask, a persona. It's used to masquerade and hold the man surety and liable the same as a woman and everybody else with life for any debts or any commitments based on fraud, deception, criminal conversion, identity theft. Police spokesperson. There is nobody called police spokesperson. There is no man or woman called Police Scotland. There is no man or woman called Fire Services. There is no man or woman called NHS Scotland. There is no man or woman called Glasgow City Council, Edinburgh Council, Procurator Fiscal Services, Crown Office, etc., etc. And that's a fact, people. And this is how this system has been manipulated. It's a very clever system with very clever individual people that's mastered this system. And this system has been here before I was even created from my mother and beyond. And what's happening is because they've got away with that so long, they think they can keep doing what they're doing. But once people comprehend and understand what's going on and change the way of thinking, the mentality of thinking, then change will happen, and happen for the better. Now, 3 examples of criminals: Scott and Co, Walker and Love, Stirling and Park. Now, When they take a man or a woman for council tax or parking fines for the council, they use corporate names. And this is how they escape liability, to hold a man, woman, surety and liable for fraud. They're committing fraud, stealing your equity and trespassing on your lives, people, and that's a fact. And people have to understand this. Now, when a man or woman gets taken to court for like council tax arrears, right? In the 1992 Finance Act, it tells you person or persons liable, tenant, owner, etc., inhabitant, etc. When they get a lawyer to take you to court, or a lawyer liar, who are a Babylon, prostitute, solicitor, what happens is they use, a couple of examples would be Glasgow City Council against Robert Sproul, Scottish Water Business Stream against Robert Sproul. Let me think, people. That's two examples anyway, right? When the man or woman is taken to court, they're under the understanding that they're going in there in the private capacity, when they're actually going in there as a incorporated corporation. When you get a charge certificate from Walker Love Scott & Co, Stirling Park, it starts off with, they tell you they've got a summary warrant for council tax arrears, and you'll see that it's the old capital name with a title, Mr, Miss, or Mrs, right? And then when the charge certificate comes, sometimes you still get the old capital name, but most times you'll get it, like for instance, Robert Sproul, capital R for Robert, lowercase letters for the rest of the name, capital S for Sproul, lowercase for the rest of the name. It's manipulation and mind games and word trickery. Legalese has been used here, people. When they use the all capital name, it's Dog Latin, right? That is called capitis diminutio. They diminish the man or woman's capacity and status as a man or a woman to a corporation, a fiction, a dead entity that doesn't exist. And this is where the trickery is, people. When they use corporate names and corporate fictitious offices, like when they send you a letter, they'll say, on behalf of Walker and Love. Okay, fine. And that's a fact. Like another thing is like British Gas Energy Team. There is no man or woman called British Gas Energy Team. I hope you people are getting what I'm saying here. Everything I say here, I can verify in private capacity under the charge of perjury, people. And there's not a lot of people on the internet that I can see doing or saying what I say, because I'm in the truth 1,000,000%. I know how this system works. I've been doing it for 12 years. And it's corrupt to the core. It's like the Bank of England, according to the media, the press, the Bank of England's going to put interest rates up, for example, 5%. The Bank of England cannot put anything up because there is no man or woman called the Bank of England. There is a man that represents that bank, and he's screwing the people based on lies and fraud. Same as the council tax, based on lies and fraud. This legal system has been manipulated to work against the people. Every part of this system, every legal document that you fill in, register to vote, register your son and daughter, that's them getting joined up. It's like another fictitious name, 3 phone network. There is nobody called 3. Vodafone. There is nobody called Vodafone. If you ask for a man or woman for 3, they'll tell you there is no man or woman. Right, so who's making the claim? If you ask for the man or woman for Vodafone, they'll tell you there is no man or woman called Vodafone. So who's making the claim? When you ask the operators on the phone, are they making a claim that you owe a debt? They'll turn around and say no. And they'll not tell you who the man or woman is. And this is the thing that people have to comprehend, people, right? Most of the stuff that we, the people, get involved in is agreements. And it's the court system that's manipulated to work against the people and say it's a contract. Now, only a man or a woman, a man to man or a woman to woman, can create a contract with a wet ink signature, full terms and conditions and full disclosure, right? In the meeting of the minds. It's got to be agreeable. And under Scots law in Scotland, no man or woman, right? Although everything says person, this is how the system's been manipulated in England, Wales and Ireland as well. Although it says person, it's on fraud, people, right? You cannot be forced to accept a contract without your consent. As I keep saying, we're governed by consent. But I'll be doing a video shortly, people, and telling you a remedy how we can nip this in the bud and kill it. And kill everything that they're trying to do to people. Now, these are all examples I've given in this video, people, right? As I says, look, when you get a parking ticket, you get a council tax notice. You do not get a signature on that document. And that's another way that these scumbags escape liability. Because there is nobody that can hold liable. Sometimes you get a letter from the council if you owe a debt. The entity, and that's what it is, people. There is no man or woman called council. And they put their name on it, computer generated, right? That's who you go for. The man or woman's name on that document and challenge them for the contract to obligation and what man or woman's making a claim. Because a corporate name, fictitious office, cannot make a claim. It has no right of mind to contract, and no man or woman can make a claim on his behalf because it has no life. It's dead speak. It's dead, people. So how can something dead make a contract, instruct somebody else, some other man or woman, to do something on his behalf if it has no life? And this is a bit that people have to comprehend. And I hope with this wee video here that you're going to comprehend and understand how this is working and working against the people. Right? My understanding for April to now, the entity known as council has raised the council tax, I think, another 5%. This is the point, people. How can something dead, again, raise anything? Right? It cannot. It's impossible. It cannot raise anything. It cannot instruct anybody to raise anything. This is how this system works. When you fill in a passport application, when you fill in a driving licence application, when you put in for council tax benefit, when you put in for registering to vote, it's all fraud, people. Boxes, four-corner rule, nothing in it. Doesn't exist because it's dead. Black ink means you're dead. And that's a fact, people. Everybody, whether they believe it or not, and I can verify it, in this legal system, men or women don't exist, only the person, and a person's an entity. And the definition of entities, I keep telling people, has an independent existence. That means it's independent from the man or the woman. And that's why the man or woman are held surety for everything that they throw at them. Right? But they think that they're a person. And people, I'm verifying this under a charge of perjury and private capacity under full liability. You are not a person. If a man or woman can feel pain, they can hear, they can see, they can touch, they can go to the toilet, they can eat food, right? Then they're alive and well, right? If you're unwell, then you know you're alive and unwell, right? That's how simple it is. There's no ifs or buts about it, people. It's a fact, a true fact. Could not be more spoken truly, is what I've just said, right? Entity. It's like if you're driving a car or travelling in a car, your conveyance, private conveyance, and you're pulled up and the man or woman in the uniform with the green jacket or the vest hit you with the Road Traffic Act 1988. They ask for the licence. That's how they get joined, the people, because they're looking at an image. And a lot of them will ask if you pass the so-called fake licence to the people in the uniform, they'll ask, is that you? Right? And most people would say, that's me. Well, the question I've got to ask, if you're travelling in your conveyance or driving, whatever you want to call it, if you're saying that on the driving licence is yourself, the question I've got to ask is who was manoeuvring the car, the van, the motorbike, or the camper, or the lorry? Was it the licence or was it yourself? That's how logical, how simple this is, people. Please, people, listen to what I, from Anti-Corruption Scotland, is telling you. There is no misinformation here. There is no lies. And I stand by my word. And people that know me since I've been on the street for over 3 years, and I've done it 9 years before that, people know the strength in myself. I've been locked up numerous times, wouldn't accept a name. That's the other thing. These people are giving you a name. They're coercing you to accept something. If you interact with these men and women in uniform, if you watch how they fill in any of that computer stuff that they put on, if they're taking your name and details, They're criminally converting the name people in black ink to the all capital name. And the reason they do that is because they're holding you surety and liable as a legal fiction, a corporation, something is dead, because you cannot interact with a man or woman. And as I've told you time and time again, people, there has to be a corpus delicti in their language. There has to be a victim of a crime. Some man or woman, even though they use the word person all the time, right? Person, if you don't know if you're a man or a woman, there's something wrong with you, right? That's a fact. If you think that you're something that's dead, God help you. Please, people, wake up, realise who and what you are. Know what you're being told, right? Everything in their system is based in presumption and probabilities, right? That's a fact in law. The court system is based in 12 presumptions, and they have to be rebutted every time you go to court, and that's a fact. I hope in this video, people, I've made this crystal clear, and I hope that the people that's watching this is now understanding how this works. It's so simple, people. It is not complicated. Honest to God, it's not complicated. Please pay attention to what myself's telling you. I'm one of the, if not the most awakened guy in Scotland. And my intention is to waken everybody else up and get them out of the trance, the indoctrination that they've been put in. We're watching the media, the TV, the news, listening to the radio and the bullshit, and all the propaganda, question time programs. Stay away from that, people. It's all lies. And I can verify here now in private capacity under full liability. I know somebody a couple of years ago that went to somewhere in Glasgow for question time. He had a specific question. He was asked that question and he was told to change it or he wasn't getting in the audience. It's all manipulation, indoctrination, to lie to the people. Don't forget, people, they own the media. They own everything, right? And that's why they get away with what they do. They pump out lies. The BBC, the STV, and everywhere else. They're all liars, people. Every part of this system is liars. They're not there for the people. They're there to rip the people off, pillage and rape the people and the sons and daughters, and that's a fact. Please, people, pay attention to this video. It's important that people now listen to myself. As I says, I'm working on getting banners done to get back on the street with specific information to awaken the people, because the loudtailer just isn't doing it. When people see the banners, I've done it before, I've got banners already, but I want other banners to get precise information out of this so people really comprehend and understand what's going on, right? Please, people, share this video far and wide to your groups, to your family, your friends, your cousins, aunties, uncles, sons and daughters, neighbours. Get this information out there, because this information I've just put in this video is 1,000,000% true, and I'll verify under the charge of perjury and challenge anybody in the legal system, legal society, to come and call a man a liar, and that won't happen. And that includes your politicians like Humes are useless, the clown, Coco I should be calling him, right? Anyway, people, I would like to thank the people for taking time to watch this video. I would like to thank the people for giving me time to be heard, because it's important that I be heard, people, because I don't know if people realise I've pulled away from the groups, and the reason being is because, firstly, I've been silenced, and secondly, there's a lot of backstabbing going on in the groups, and I'd rather be an independent and do my own thing, because I can put a precise message out without any hindrance or annoyance, because I have the knowledge to back it up. I've researched to get this knowledge for 12 years, and I've worked hard and got what I've got, and I'm getting out the information with good intention, good heart, good mind and clean hands when it comes to this information, people. There is no lies and misinformation. I would like to thank the people, if they see this video, that contacted me on TikTok asking when I'm going back on TikTok, because I've not been on for a while, and they're looking forward to getting more information. And a few people have said the information I'm putting out there is invaluable, because they didn't have a clue until I spoke on TikTok, YouTube, now that they've seen the channel, BitChute and Facebook Lives and Facebook. Please, people, thank you, everybody that's now paying attention, that wasn't paying attention before. That's gave myself, a big boost, that people are now starting to come my direction. Get behind Anti-Corruption Scotland, people. We're the people that will educate you. We're the people that will give you the truth. And we're the people that will show you how to bring the system down. And that's a fact, people. Because knowledge is power. I've got the knowledge, and I can give that knowledge to the people. Then they've got the power to protect their rights and protect their families and protect everything else around about them. Anyway, people, again, thank you for taking time to watch this video, and thank you for letting me be heard. You people, take care and have a lovely day. Bye bye, people. Speak soon.